Hello and welcome to my channel Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to the Last Thing Thrifted collaboration hosted by my sweet friend Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling, Marika of Marika Creations, Caroline's Daughter, and Jody at Southern Seasons, and so many other creators and collaborators as part of this wonderful playlist. Please check out all the links in the description box below. But you know me, I like things that are thrifted, gifted, and sifted. So let's see what I came up with for today. So first I wanted you to see some of my thrifted finds so far, and look at this beautiful pumpkin. I absolutely love this jack-o'-lantern. It's very heavy, it's steel, and the handle is wrought iron. I also got those beautiful leaves, and of course we need a thorough inspection by our resident black cat. She is so magical. She knows just the right thing for Halloween and fall, so she is here making a full inspection. But honestly, I'm not going to do anything to this pumpkin or to this jack-o'-lantern except to put a kitty cat in there. As you can see, she's trying to fit. She doesn't realize she doesn't, but I'm just going to use it as decor, because sometimes you find things that are perfect just as they are, and I found a lot of special things. Here's another item. This is an amazing wall decor item, and it's that carnival cat, and I absolutely love it. And that was only like $10, I think. Now here's an item that was, now that came from one of the Michaels boxes from last year. All of these florals, they were all either from my stash or I got some extra florals from Goodwill. Sometimes they make a group of florals and sell them for $1.99. Now, I have both of my cats doing quality control for this beautifully gifted basket. This came from my friend Giselle. Thank you so much. And I thought it was perfect for a fall decor centerpiece. And I love that it has that plastic lining. So in the future, I did have to fix it. And all I did was add some wood glue and it was fixed in a jiffy. But I love the fact that it had that plastic container inside. So in the future, if I want to use this as a planter, I can do so. So all I did here was use a type-on quick and thick, actually, is what I used here, just to re-glue the sides and the bottom together. The bottom was very, very thin and worn, but I just love this look. I love the writing on it. I think it's fantastic. So I thought this would be a nice rustic autumn fall centerpiece. Once again, my quality control cat Kudu is making sure that I am doing things properly, because she realizes this has to deal with fall. Oh, wait, I'm doing things too quickly. Slow down, she said. So that's what I did. She said to like spread out the plastic bags. Instead of using styrofoam, I'm just using all these plastic bags and reusing them as best as I can. And then I'm just using, I don't know what to call this. This is that gifty stuff that you put on top of baskets. So I had a bunch of this given to me by my friend Betty, who had a gift store. So I thought this was perfect. I love the natural color of this material. I could use moss as well, but I didn't want to make that much of a mess. But Kudu is very diligent in watching how I'm doing things. She saw the pumpkin. She said, okay, this is all about me now. So all I'm doing here, and look at the mess of my room, but that's okay. We're going to clean it this weekend. So all I'm doing here is reusing some of the pumpkins I have from the past. This one had lost its peduncle or its stem, so I am adding a stem to it. It's just a branch, a twig, whatever you want to call it. And now I'm just adding some of these. A lot of these are leftovers from previous years, but I did buy a bunch of florals and leaves from Goodwill at a really I bought a bunch of flowers and stuff, like including those daisies. It was like $1.99 for a bunch of them, and I thought that was a good price. But lately I've been really surprised at how pricey Goodwill is being with its fall and Halloween decor. And unfortunately, here in South Florida, they hold their Halloween decor until like August. So it's not like they leave out Halloween and Christmas all year long. I wish they would, but they don't. They hoard it and then they overprice it in the fall season. But anyway, I'm just having a relaxing afternoon. This was Friday afternoon after work. and I was just enjoying putting together this centerpiece. I have to be honest with you, I didn't have as much time this week as I have had in the past to really create something extraordinary, but I still think this centerpiece is extraordinary, and it's going to look lovely on my dining room table for Thanksgiving. I love decorating for fall and keeping it through Halloween to Thanksgiving. I just love these colors. So again, not everything I do has to come from scratch, as I said, and I'm very thankful again to Giselle for not only giving me this basket, but a bunch of wood boxes that are perfect for assemblages or shadow boxes. Once again, grabbing from my stash from many moons ago, I had this ribbon. I just had a little bit of the ribbon left, and I'm just going to make bows and tails. I don't know how else to call it, like bows and tails. So it's not a full bow, but I'm just going to, because it really doesn't necessitate a full bow, I'm just adding with some skewers and some chenille stems, just adding like it to look like the ribbon was going throughout the whole entire centerpiece, but it's just little pieces here and there. And I think it works out pretty well. So tell me, how are the prices at your thrift stores? What other thrift stores do you frequent in your area? And what do you feel about like Goodwill? You know, I'm a big defender of Goodwill, but I have to admit their prices are getting a little steep, even for me. So I'm very grateful for anything that I can get that's gifted or that I sift through and find it in the trash somewhere. So thanks again for all of my friends that give me such wonderful gifts. And that's it. I'm just adding these final touches of these bows and tails, and I think I am done. So this is something sifted. Oh, those leaves are from Goodwill. I did buy that whole pack of leaves for $1.99. I thought it was a good deal, and I like the fact that they were smaller. And I have a pack of small leaves somewhere in my stash, but it is in the shed. I am afraid to go in the shed by myself because I'm afraid of those containers falling on top of me. But anyway, this little tree was actually sifted because it wasn't working properly. These were like centerpieces that we used for Christmas, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and it wasn't working properly. There was some rust and decay or whatever in the battery pack. So I brought it home. Only one of them wasn't working. The lights weren't turning on. I had changed the batteries several times. Didn't work. So I thought I was just going to use it as is without the lights. I thought it looked cute, and I love the idea of these birch trees. But look, I got the lights to work because I cleaned it with hydrogen peroxide and baking soda, and it's great to clean those battery packs when they get all rusted. Now, this beautiful image is from a company called journalsay, and I'll tell you more about them in a future video. I know it was breaking my heart, but I had this book box that I thought was perfect. I know I had used this in the spring, and to be quite honest with you, after Easter, I kind of put it away and it was just hanging around in my craft room. So I was like, what's the use? Let me put it to better use by making it into a quasi spellbook. But instead of painting it black, I thought it would look cuter in this green color. I really like this, it is a very springy kind of green color, but I wanted something to pop out of the darkness. Instead of painting it orange or painting it black, I thought this would be cute because it was for an apothecary. So some of these items that you see that I'm creating are going to end up in my practical magic inspired apothecary table. Yes, an actual apothecary table. Here I'm using some potpourri, believe it or not. Yeah, I still have some potpourri. It's not as smelly, but I love these green items, the wood shavings, and they were dyed green, and I thought they would perfectly match that little book. Now, I forgot to show how I decoupage that cover piece for the book, the cover image, and now I'm just adding this wonderful label from, again, a sticker book from journalsay. And now I'm just wrapping some twine around the actual bottle that I have here. And I think this is going to be perfect in my practical magic apothecary. Again, she was more of an herbalist and then creating spells. And of course, if I'm talking practical magic, we need to have a cute little cat. So here's another bottle. Oh, and look, and I have my dried flowers ready and everything. Are you looking forward to practical magic too? Are you scared they're going to screw it up? Or are you feeling pretty confident they might have done something really well with this next edition? So here I have that little, I have a little tag that's made with burlap and paper and a key. And I thought this would be a great addition to create kind of a love spell. I guess that's what this is going to be. And I'm such a silly ninny. I forgot to fill these with liquids later. But don't worry, by the time Halloween comes around, they will be ready. So this here is what's going to become my practical magic apothecary table. There is Kuru once again, inspection by a legitimate black cat. And as you can see, they had wrapped ribbon all over the corners and on the sides, and it was quite some work to remove all that ribbon. She had glued it in piece by piece, so I was ripping it off as best as I can. So come with me as I decorate my apothecary table. Let's light some candles and wait till midnight to decorate our apothecary table. Now, first I'm going to start with some small spell books. As you know, Practical Magic is a lovely little rom-com from the 90s, and the second version of this film is coming out now in September. I'm looking forward to it, but of course, I am not having such great expectations knowing how sequels usually turn out. Now there's the beautiful little spell book that I created. Unfortunately, I forgot to film how I added those little gems and stuff. Of course, some dried flowers are a must-have, especially for practical magic. I guess this is, I don't know if it's a table as so much as it is like a little greenhouse, I suppose. Whatever it is, it was used at parties, and this came from my friend Betty, and it was used at parties for gift envelopes. Now let's add those beautiful potion bottles that I created with the potpourri, and just adding a few embellishments here and there. This little item, it holds things like I found it at a garage sale for $1, and I thought it was interesting. And at first I did put it in here because I thought it was cool looking. I was going to put a butterfly in there, and then I decided not to. I'd rather have more potion bottles in there. But it still looks pretty cool. Now here's more of those potion bottles that I created. Again, very easy. And I didn't put liquid in them as of yet. I'll save that for being closer to Halloween. But I think this looks so great right in front of my mantle. And I love the design. I really want to create something with this for Christmas as well. I'm going to keep it black because I think it's useful for any time of year. And there is another potion bottle. So I'm just decorating and taking my time. It was late at night. It's been a very busy work week, but a very fruitful one. And that's when I get home. Oh, look at this wonderful apple I found at a garage sale. I think I got it for 50 cents. It's ceramic and beautiful. And I was going to like make it look like an evil, wicked, poisoned apple. Oh, and look at my little cauldron. And I just had this bouncy ball inside that I just used so it looks like there's liquid in there. But this is, I found this also at a garage sale, which was great. Both of them were at the same garage sale. The apple I think was 50 cents, and that little cauldron I think they gave it to me for $1 because it's cracked on the other side. And I'm just moving the flowers to the other side because I decided, of course, I needed to add a little teacup. So while I'm reading my spell books, I can drink a nice warm cup of tea this fall. And this is actually my favorite teacup for the fall. I had these mushroom ornaments, which I thought were perfect. I'm putting one in the teacup. Why not? Mushroom coffee, mushroom tea, why not? And just adding, this is wonderful. You can actually create one of these boxes as well with frames from the Dollar Tree. Here's some foliage, fall foliage. And you can create one of these greenhouses and just make it into an apothecary instead of shelving. Of course, a candle. We need a very magical candle. And there you have it. I am very happy at how this turned out. And I'm looking forward to a practical magic Halloween this year. The dress is also thrifted. Thanks again to my sweet friends and hosts, Shabby Meets Bling, Marika Creations, Caroline's Daughter, and Jody at Southern Seasons. Please visit their channels, and all the channels in this playlist in the description box below are all the links. Thanks again for stopping by. If you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and live the adventure. And I'll see you again very soon.